Hey, Jay here. So welcome to smarthelping.com. I was working on a renewable energy model, but we're going to wait till maybe a week or two to get that out. So today, right now, we're going to talk about enterprise SaaS modeling and specifically the B2B slash B2C model. Uh, Specifically, let's go to it here on the site. So this model in the SaaS, this one here. So we did this a couple years ago. Great logic for configuring 3 customer types, all kinds of stuff here. But what I want to talk about today is the advanced enterprise version. So the specialized version, you can now, with that, and it's not available with this purchase. Um, it's only available in the SaaS bundle, so you have to buy the whole bundle for $289, and it comes with obviously all this other stuff, but also you get this bonus template version here of the enterprise SaaS. And it came from a client I was working with who wanted a couple customizations, and I thought, oh, that'd be good to put in as like a bonus template. So it's the same model as above here, except you have the option to extend sales cycles and the timing of customer support relative to initial customer onboarding, as well as optional one-time setup fees. So a couple things, and this is specifically if you're going to use a template for enterprise customers. So let's get into the actual template, and I'll show you the exact update. So each customer tier is exactly the same configuration option. So we'll just look at the first one here. And the first input is new, sales cycle. So if you put 6 into here, all that means is from the moment you sign up a customer to the moment they actually start paying, there's a time uh, offset there. And this is very important for enterprise customers because you're dealing with a lot longer time frames, a lot more money, a lot bigger contract values. So we're saying in this case, sales cycle 6 months. So what does that mean exactly? Well, if we go over to our monthly detail here, you can see, and actually might be easier if we zero out the other 2 assumptions. So let's do that. Okay. Okay, and then we'll make sure we don't save this as anything else. Just save it as a test. All right, let's go back to the monthly. So we're starting, in this case, January 2021. We're starting with, we'll put 1 customer, $350,000 contracts. Let's go over to the monthly detail and look at what this looks like. Okay, so remember the sales cycle is 1 month. So we've signed this customer up here. Well, we've got organic customers, ad spend, so a total of 3 customers. We've signed these 3 customers up in January, but no revenue for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Month 7, okay, now we start earning our whatever the contract is worth per month, which in this case at 3 customers, 175, and that's just this number times 3 because it's $350,000 value for the whole contract length. In this case, the contract length is 6 months. So that's 58,000 a month per customer. Multiply this by 3. This is our first monthly income at 175. So that's hitting here. And we could adjust this and say, what if the sales cycle were, say, 3 months? So you sign up a customer, but you want to know, like, okay, what does that mean as far as when I get the cash? Okay, now look at, now there's 3 months instead of 6. 1, 2, 3, and then the customers start. Okay, we've also got one-time revenue. That's not any super advanced stuff happening here. It's just whenever that customer does finally onboard, whatever the sales cycle length is, you're going to recognize or have a cash influx of one-time revenue And that assumption is just right here, one-time revenue at sign up. So whatever this amount is, whenever the sales cycle's over, they've onboarded, sales cycle's over, boom, this contract starts, start getting revenue, and this $25,000 in this case comes in, and it's 3 customers, so that's why it's 75,000 here. Okay, so that's the first aspect of the change. The next aspect is so customer service reps are starting, you can see based on when the when the actual customer has fully onboarded. So even though they started in January, the customer rep costs are not starting until the customers are actually active, which makes sense. Why would, you're not going to have customer support people for customers that are not fully onboarded and finished with the sales cycle's over at that point. Okay, so that's how that works. And we have a delay here as well. So here I've just set it to 3. You could set, let's say you set this to 2. In that case, you've now have, where are we? Customer service reps. Here we're starting in month number 3, or before it 3, we're starting in month 4, right? So that offsets. If we were to put, say, 1 here, you can see now they're starting after 1 month. So this is dynamic. So that you could have, if you wanted, during the sales cycle happening, this could also be dynamic where you have customer service reps having to bear some cost during this onboarding period. But the key is with enterprise customers, you want that variation in the initial customer sign up and then what's actually happening in the first X amount of months until there's some stabilized amount. This is important for cash flow planning, figuring out your runway, all of that, time and assumption and everything. So this is why this is a more advanced version than the base. In the base version, all these costs happen right when the customer actually signs up immediately. There's no offset for sales cycle or customer service reps. So that works for all 3 types. Sales reps just happens exactly like they are. So this is based on the number of customers signed up per month. You can see where are my sales reps at here. Oh, wait, no, here. So this is just based on the customers signed up per month, not going through a sales cycle, but actually the month that the customer becomes a customer or initially signs up or starts the onboarding process, because the salesmen are going to be selling them during that time as well. So you got to account for those costs. There's no delay. And those are the main updates. I believe you should still be able to have this option to cut customer receipts collected up front or not. Let me see if we put yes here. Let's see how this, let me go back down to the bottom. Okay, yeah, so that is working. So you, let's see how this, let's say there's a big offset, let's say like 10 months. Go over here. Okay, perfect. So the offset with the ability to collect the cash up front or amortize it evenly over the contract period does work dynamically with this, which makes sense. This is just referencing and making, adjusting the recurring revenue line items. So that's fine. One-time revenue is still coming in there at the end of the offset, so that's fine. And then you're basically reducing the recognized revenue, which is like the even amount, and then saying we're actually getting the whole amount of the contract value up front, and then you'll get it again at the renewal period based on the retention rate and all that. And that's also offset here on the cash flow statement, same logic. Now the customer receipts in this case are $75,000 more because you don't want to offset the one-time fees. you're just offsetting the recurring contract amount. And so in order to balance, see all this stuff balances out, balance sheet, income statement, um, all that has to flow through. And you see on the income statement, you're still only recognizing the revenue that's earned. You're not recognizing that full customer receipt amount here. And obviously with enterprise SaaS, it's assumed you're going to be under accrual basis. So that's why the income statement is just using the even amount of the revenue earned here, not the one-time cash collection. And you can see this is also offset based on the sales cycle. So very cool updates I did with this. These updates happened a few months ago, but pretty cool. If you want this template and more SaaS models, obviously go over to smarthelping.com. Check out the SaaS and tech models here. You can buy them all for $289 or shop individually. And like I said, the model I just went over is available. It's in this bundle. That's the only way you can get it. If you want the base version of the B2B, B2C, you can get it here. And note, this is B2C. The way it works is you can actually just assign a monthly value to the contract length. And in that case, your customers are month to month, meaning that this retention rate here, whatever it might be, applies at the end of every month to the customers. So that's why it can also be used for B2B. But yeah, this is one of the most, the strongest foundation for SaaS modeling. I think this model is, or the base version of this is a great start. I don't see, like, it does everything you need for just a generic situation where you're onboarding customers and they're paying you a monthly amount, or they have contracts for some length. Alrighty. Well, that's all I got for you. Oh, actually, one more thing. If you want to buy everything, I've got like over 200 financial model templates for all kinds of different industries. You can get my whole library here for $9.99, and it includes everything on the site. It also includes access to future templates. I have a simple button I can press whenever you want to refresh. I can simply send you the most recent download file, and you'll get whatever the most recent templates that have been added to the bundle. You'll get immediately. So it's very easy on my end to do. And one purchase here equals one user license. So much stuff to learn. If you're in finance, if you like spreadsheets, math, logic, frameworks for conducting financial feasibility studies, this is the place to be. I've got so much stuff here. I'm continually adding to it and building and learning new things. And like I said, right now, my main thing is I want to do renewable energy. So I've did a nice wind farm model. I'm going to do, I think the next one is biomass, something with biomass. I'm going to try and do 3 or 4 different renewable energy models though. So that's what I'll be working on here in the next coming weeks. Alrighty, like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, and I will take suggestions on modeling customizations you want to see. I do also do custom work for $195 an hour if you want to hire me and start an engagement. That's great too. And alrighty, guys, see you on the next one.